Hey there, relationship hackers, and welcome to day 21 of the Conscious Cock Boot Camp. Today we finish week 3, where we've been covering anatomy and arousal. And I hope that you're keeping up with your Kegel exercises and are remembering to take charge of your life and have sex with it. This path is for you, and every little bit that you do to improve your skills and health will pay dividends for the rest of your life. So this is serious sexual alchemy here. So good on you, mate, for sticking with it. Today we're going to go deep to talk about the deepest, most profound type of orgasm that a woman can have, a cervical orgasm. Most guys have no idea how to love the cervix, and most women never get to experience the profound and all-encompassing pleasure that comes from cervical orgasms. So open your mind if you aren't already a master of the A-Spot and cervical orgasms, and get ready to sexercise your brain. The A-Spot is a little-known place inside a woman, right next to her cervix, that works with the cervix to do amazing, yummy things. It's also called the anterior fornix erogenous zone, or the AFE zone, and it's also known as the epicenter. It's the equivalent structure to the male prostate, and it's located behind the G-spot, just above the cervix, on the front side of the cervix, in the innermost point of the vagina. And even though it's at the farthest end of the vagina, you don't need to have a long penis to access it. Since the vaginal canal averages around 3 inches long, even a long finger can reach it. The A-spot's sexual superpower is that it can produce rapid lubrication, even if the woman isn't aroused. And the more often it's used, the more effective it becomes. So for a woman who experiences vaginal dryness, massaging this area a couple or a few times a week can alleviate chronic vaginal dryness on a long-term basis. Since it's right on the front side of the cervix and closely linked to it, it's one of the deepest, most intimate places of a woman's body. For any hope of loving the epicenter inside of her, she has to be really open to you and probably has to have a good emotional connection. Even if you're in a long-term relationship, her heart might be closed to you, and therefore her A-spot and her cervix could be unavailable and off limits. If this is the case, you really need to do emotional clearing and healing work before even thinking about trying to get to know her A-spot or her cervix. But the benefits of learning about her A-spot and cervix are numerous and amazing. Women describe these orgasms as producing waves of pleasure through a whole body spiritual experience where they experience a feeling of deep connection, openness, vulnerability, and they often cry tears of release and joy. They can clear out sexual trauma and stuck energy, and are described by sex expert Kim Anami as feeling like you've taken ecstasy and are experiencing spiritual enlightenment. So if you want to venture down this juicy path of sexploration, you need to understand a few things. First, you're going to have to clear the air. Make sure that you're emotionally connected and that she's open to you and to trying this with you. Then you need to have a comfortable position to try to access the A-spot and the cervix. And I recommend missionary, with her laying on her back, relaxed, with her legs open. And for beginners, I'd recommend that you don't even try to touch the A-spot or the cervix until she's maybe 75% of the way all ready to having an orgasm. Then with her all well warmed up and sexually open and excited, then slowly enter farther and find the epicenter. You may need to massage the cervix and the A-spot for 30 to 45 minutes for her to reach the orgasm. This isn't a clitoral orgasm. We're going for the epicenter here, guys, so you have to have your mind in the right place to be able to hold her in the middle of the fire for as long as it takes without dropping her or shrinking back or leaving her at least unsatisfied, but at worst ungrounded and spiritually vulnerable. So when or if intense emotions come up, the key is to breathe deep together with lots of eye contact and love, and keep breathing through them as they come. So the way to begin touching is with gentle, light to medium pressure touch in slow, gentle strokes. Think gentle, loving, slow massage, not flicking or tapping or poking. And while she may enjoy having it touched gently by a dexterous and sensitive finger, having it banged into or poked by a fucking finger or a cock is just going to be uncomfortable or painful. So guys, just imagine getting kicked in the balls repeatedly to feel some empathy here. All right, it's that kind of sensitive. So use some lube and gently explore it with light to medium pressure and sideways strokes. Google the AFE zone, Google the A-spot to understand exactly where it's located. And it responds to pressure and movement, not static touch. Experiment with a come hither motion of your finger, pulling gently along the front side of the vagina. Gentle circular motions around her cervix, gliding over it until she experiences total body pleasure. Remember, pressure, motion, not poking. Around ovulation, the cervix is very high up and tends to be more likely to produce cervical orgasms. While during menstruation, the cervix lowers and is more likely to feel pain and discomfort when touched. So be aware of her cycle. Cervical orgasms produce more oxytocin than clitoral orgasms too. And unlike the clitoris, which feels too sensitive to be touched for a while after orgasm, the cervix has no refractory period and can be continued to be stroked and stimulated nonstop, leading to ongoing, rolling, never-ending orgasm possibilities. So the best option for most people for success at A-Spot and cervical orgasms from penile vaginal intercourse with the man is with the woman on top, the man lying on his back, straddling him. Then she can take him inside and wiggle up a little bit towards his head or down a little bit towards his feet to get the angle just right so that the head of his cock rests right on the A-spot or the cervix. And then she can gyrate her hips and produce a side-to-side motion rather than an in and out motion. Many women report quick, delicious lubrication just flushing and appearing this way, as she can control the depth, the pressure, the rhythm, and the intensity and get it right on the perfect spot in a way that a man never could. So that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow to begin week 4. Remember to keep up with your kegels and fuck your life every day. And please share this with anybody that you know that might benefit from the information. And please, if you like this, please give me some love and post a comment or any questions that you might have. Hasta mañana.